Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this episode 345 on Tuesday, February 23rd, which is so close, I guess 20 days away from when I am not going live every single day. Holy shit. I have to tell you guys, in the last, I hosted SEN this morning, and it was awesome. And I hope all of you guys caught that. And I made everybody strip, and we will talk about that in a second. And in the 2 hours that have happened since then, I am just extremely overwhelmed and anxious right now. I'm just like trying to figure out how the fuck I'm going to get through the next 2 weeks of my life. And when it hits you and you're like, holy shit, I'm just so fucking overwhelmed. So obviously that's not what the point of the show is today. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to be talking about Blue Beetle and Tiger Woods and everything that you guys want to talk about in the Streamlabs and the Super Chat and all of that stuff. But wow, when life is when you're already in a pandemic and you already are taking care of your grandparents and you're already have lost most of your jobs and are trying to figure that out, and then you have to move in a couple of days, it just like, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going through the exact same thing where you've had to move during this time and everything else is going on and none of the other things stop, and like actually figuring out how you're going to do something is just so fucking stressful. So I'm sitting down, I called like 15 different moving companies, and I was like, okay, I have to move on Saturday. I have to be out of here by Sunday. So, unless I want to pay more money for this place. So I have to be out of here by Sunday. And I've told them I'm going to be out of here by Sunday. So I have to be out by Sunday, which leaves me Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to move. Wednesday is World Girl Wednesday, is Live at the Roxy. I have my intern meeting in the morning, and I have to, this Wednesday, we are doing like all of our taxes for World Girls. So we have a meeting with the accountant. We're opening up a mailbox. Like we're doing all of this stuff. So Wednesday's out of the picture. Thursday, I have a day of doctor's appointments with Grammy and Papo. And I called my aunt and I asked if she could do it instead. And she said no. So I have to take my grandparents to the doctors. I have to go. So, and I also have Live at the Roxy, which I could figure out when to do that, but I have to go do that. And it's right in the middle of the day and I cannot move the time and I have to take them. And in life, you have to do what you have to do. So you can't not do the things you have to do. So I have to do that. And because the appointment's at 1:00, that kind of fucks up a lot of other things because it's smack dab in the middle of the day and I have to drive to go get them and then drive to the appointment and then drive them back and then drive back here. So the whole thing, it's like, I'm not exactly sure how to do that. Friday, I have to do this show, Only Stupid Answers, and I have a Schmodown match taping that day. So that left Saturday. Saturday is the day that the only show that I have on Saturday is this show. So I'm like, okay, I could do that from my phone. I could do that from anywhere. Saturday is the day to move. I have to be out by Sunday. I'm just going to do everything. Late Friday night, I'm going to pack all my shit in boxes. And then Saturday, I'm going to hire movers and they're going to come move me. I've legitimately called like 100 different companies and they're all booked for Saturday. They said, we booked out a month ago. We can move you next month. And I said, I can't move next month. So I'm like, okay, wow. There's only one moving company that can do it, and they won't take anything off the wall and they won't put anything back onto the wall. And they're also ungodly expensive. Like, it will cost me so much fucking money. So I'm like, okay, so I'm going to have to do this old school. I'm going to have to get a U-Haul or get a van, get my friends in during a pandemic in masks, like all this stuff. And again, these are things in life that you just have to do. So I need to stop being a little bitch about it because everybody has to do things like this. Kay Wallen says, don't wait till the day before to pack. Kay Wallen, least helpful thing you've ever said. Adore you, honey. But I have no choice. I'm working every single day. I'm working every minute of every day. What am I supposed to do, babe? Like, I'm already only sleeping 2 hours. I have this is last minute that I'm moving. So I don't have a choice, babe. I don't have a choice. When you have to do what you have to do, you have to do what you have to do. So that just is what it is. I agree that theoretically I would like to try to pack a little bit more, but today I had SEN. I woke up today at 6. I can't wake up any earlier than that when I'm going to bed at 4 from work. So I'm on 2 hours sleep. Again, it sounds like a whole bitch vent fest sesh, but this is just what I talked to you guys about. Then, I worked all morning up until SEN. I do SEN. Then after that, I did that stereo. And then after that, I worked up until the second that I did this and made phone calls for the moving companies. Now here I am doing this. Then after this, immediately after this, I have to do another Schmodown taping. And then after my Schmodown taping, I'm driving to go get the keys for the place and to do another inspection on the place. And then after that, I have another show tonight that I'm on that I don't know if it's been announced, so I don't know if I can say what that is, but it's going to be a couple of hours. I have to go get boxes. I'm hoping I can find a 24-hour place that will get boxes so I can go pick up boxes after I'm done with that show. And then I have to finish all of my work obligations for the next day, which I'm not finishing until about 4 a.m. anyway. And then Wednesday, like I just told you guys, I have a 14-hour day Wednesday regardless. So I really don't have any options other than just to like redline it and just fucking get it done. So all that stuff, just really trying. So today, all of a sudden I'm like, holy shit, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? So I've been calling friends and trying to figure out what their deals are. And I think what I'm going to do is I think that my friends who are badass as fuck, I think are going to help move me on Thursday. We're going to start moving. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go do my stuff. I'm going to hope that they can help with the rest. Thank God for Sarah Stratton. I'm so obsessed with her. And then I'll come back and keep moving. Or maybe I have to push till Saturday, but they can't do Saturday. So I'll keep you guys posted. All of that to say that stream times are going to be out of whack this week. And I know that we're coming down to that final run, but it just is what it is. It just is what it fucking is. More Mouth Han says, Roxy, I feel that. I totally feel that. It's very, very frantic late night. Jake says, if you're up late anyway, go to Ralph's or Walmart. They will have plenty of boxes while they're stocking. And then you can just take it. And then you just take the boxes. And are they free? It would be nice to be able to go. Where do you guys get your boxes? Let me know. Rob Fishbeck says I can fly out. LL just cover my flight money. Rob, are you kidding? With what? What are you talking about? It's so mean to say. All right. Going into the Streamlabs and then all the topics and all the things. Overwhelmed, so overwhelmed. Thank God SEM went well this morning, though. Christian was happy that I made money, and that is very, very important. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Like I said, it's February 23rd, and you guys started off right here with Glenn Caesar, our mascot, saying it again, let's fucking go. Smets. And everyone for today, tomorrow, fighting for today, tomorrow, more. Smash cancer, be excellent, most excellent. RJ and Rockstars show up for people who need it. That makes you humane and therefore cool. Interesting. Cheers to fuck yeah news in 2021 and beyond. Wow, that was the first one of the day from you, Glenn. We never start there. Oh, I forgot yesterday after the show, we did get one from Morse Code Z who said, couldn't watch live since Thursday. Recap, grats, and good luck on the new place. Thank you. That live song was Amazeballs. What live song? And so was the one you said, Whirl, Angels. My thought was D equals Lucy. Steph equals Diaz, and you're obviously Drew. See you today. Thanks, Morse Code Z. Glenn Caesar also said, continue to say it. Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankinson, Jonathan Mattingly, Russ the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, all three of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Justice for all the people who have lost their lives due to excessive force. Hashtag say their names. Glenn, on that note, I did want to mention today it has been 1 year since the murder of Ahmaud Arbery, and wow, that year has fucking flown by. He was 25 years old when he was shot by those two, when he was jogging and was shot by those two men. And fuck that. Fuck that. So fucked up. And if we're going to talk about Breonna Taylor every single day on the show, I know that she represents more than just Breonna Taylor, but on the 1 year anniversary of Ahmaud Arbery, it's not right to not talk about him and mention him. So thank you. I also see for the last few shows, we've actually had somebody in here whose handle is Black Lives Matter, and we all agree. I don't think anybody would be on this show if they didn't agree. So, hey, back to you. And also, he said Woody Allen is a pedophile. Yo, did you watch yesterday's show? We done talked about that. Whoo, baby. I saw somebody did a whole, was it New York Times, did a whole op-ed about how they're team Woody Allen. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Like, why would you even? It's just ridiculous. Just fucking ridiculous. So yeah, may Ahmaud Arbery rest in peace, and may we do better as a planet, because I'm sure if we can give him one gift, any gift, it would be to not do to others what was done to him, because we cannot bring him back. So that is all we can do. And it's things like this that make you realize, like, shut the fuck up, Roxy. Stop bitching about the life you are living and all of the things that are going on, that you're here to live. So thank you to Ahmaud Arbery for being that reminder. And thank you guys for continuing to talk about that with me here on this show. All right, moving forward, going back into Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/RoxyStar. Glenn Caesar says, good afternoon, Roxy, and all your nicknames. Great job hosting SEN Live. Roxy's number one. Much love to you, Grammy and Papo. Thanks again for hanging out with us on this hopefully very happy Tuesday. Peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you and all of yours. Thanks for always being here and there for us, Roxy, RJ, Skittles, Chunk, GPS, Misdirection, Silver the Alfzilla, Queen Badges, Dimple, Shmoda, Modi, positive thoughts, and good vibes. I'm moving to a new apartment and on garnering all your much deserved successes. Yeah, and in the moving stuff, I gotta get internet there. Don't bitch, Roxy. Do not complain. Do not bitch. You're gonna figure it the fuck out. Please remember, you're kind, you're smart, you're unique, and being so unselfishly loving and supportive of others, including strangers on the internet, makes you worthy as such. Your story is important and deserves to be seen and heard. You are appreciated. Positive thoughts to you, RJ, and all the rock stars who show up here and give their support whenever and however they can. Don't forget, when it gets tough, even if you're by yourself, you're not alone. Everyone who's battling, keep on fighting. You're a winner. Woo, I'm a winner. Guys, LD is back. LD123 in the house says, hey, coach. I've been away learning these lines and watching movies, and I got a package that has helped me a lot. The Lovins Nora. It is mind-blowing how good I feel with it. What is it? The Lovins Nora. Is that some kind of vibrator? I have zero thoughts about my co-stars when this is with me. I don't know what the Lovins Nora is. Let me Google this. The Lovins Nora. I will keep you guys posted as I'm looking this up right now. Nora by Lovins. Oh, it's the rabbit. Oh. Nora by Lovins is the original Bluetooth rabbit vibrator. That makes sense. Everybody finds a rabbit at some point in their life. So good for you, LD. Happy to hear it. Thank you for the update, my girl. Evan Hooker in here says, good luck with the move. Stressful week ahead, but it will be well worth it. Thank you. Morris Code Z says, I was talking about Lauren's live performance. When? Also, your remake of the full Monty this morning was amazing. Brett deserves the Oscar. Bro, it was awesome. It really was great. I wish I could have come on here today and just been like, how awesome was SEN Live? Because it really was. And they were such good sports. And I have to say, they didn't have to go along with any of that. And they did. And yeah, they're really good sports. I've loved hosting with Rocha forever. I've told you guys this a million times on Collider Live. I used to fight to host with him all the time. Not fight, like people weren't pushing back too hard. There's a squirrel at my window. But I just love hosting with Rocha. I think he's so talented, really good at what he does, always has great things to say on the mic and just goes for it. I think that Ben Goddard has some of the best hot takes in the biz. I love his dad jokes, and he's down for the cause and calls me out on my shit, which I love. Bagel and Rocks. I fucked up my own name during that one. I like that Alex Marzonia lets me poke fun at him no matter what. And he's, again, another great sport about it. He played along. Plain white tees, baby, plain white tees. Brett is the shit. This is why he's on the show every single day. If you have an idea, he'll let it ride. And he ended up in the nude and just really fucking crushed that. I wish that Dwayne's camera didn't cut out. if that's what happened. If that's even what happened, Dwayne. But he was a great sport too, because he didn't even know that was going to be going down, because I didn't know he was going to be on the show. So he got no heads up and still played along, which is awesome. Spidey Sensei says Home Depot has plenty of boxes for cheap. And if you ask at local grocery stores, you can ask for the ones they throw away. Thanks, friends. Okay. Chill rocks, breathe rocks, chill rocks, breathe rocks. Straighten your posture, do your job, stop bitching. No one likes a complainer. All of those things. Those are those things. Yeah. I am me. LD123 also in the Streamlabs says, also, why is everyone hating on sexy man Winston? Who's hating on Winston? His players don't like him? Is this common? What are you talking about? Winston's players love him. Also, you were in a movie with Kevin Smith. Did you get to meet him? He's so funny. Was he nice? What about Jay Muse? He is also sexy. LD, I've met Kevin Smith many times. He is awesome. Jay is awesome. I'm a lot closer with Jay than I am with Kevin. I probably met Kevin about 8 times, and I think he probably has no idea who I am. Jay, I have his number in my phone. I love Jay. I don't talk to him often, but we used to co-host a show together for Screen Junkies. And I just think he's great. And he put me in my first movie, and I'll never forget that. He's so sweet. He is one of a kind. They're both great, but I know Jay a lot better. And I think he just looks out for people, and he's got a great way about him. And yeah, they're both just really good people. Really good people. So I'm into that and appreciate that. Yeah, they're awesome. I also was huge fans of both of theirs growing up. So it was pretty cool to be able to work with both of them and be able to work with both of them as often as I have. I worked with Kevin several times at Screen Junkies, where he would come on Flash and Friends, or I'm pretty sure, was he on the episode of TV Fights, or what was the other thing I did with him there? And then he was over at we did that interview with him, and then I talked to him at Comic-Con, and for the movie, I saw him and talked to him for press thing. So yeah, I've several times with both of them, and they're just so great. I honestly don't have one bad word to say about either of them. Just awesome. What Jay's done with his life and how much he's overcome too. It's pretty cool. Get any more Streamlabs now, streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Super chat in, all that stuff. Jake Yakoveta says, I refuse to let bagels and rocks be a thing. Ben and I are in a blood feud. Jake, you're in a blood feud with like everybody. Oh, well, really, maybe it's just him and with Brandon Hanna. I don't know. I feel like you're in a blood feud with mad people, though. Pink Sweet, you've never seen a Kevin Smith movie? Wow. They're really good. My favorite is Dogma. I like all the Clerks movies, though. Yeah, he's got some really good ones. Chasing Amy. I love Dogma. It's really good. I haven't seen it in years. I definitely should go rewatch. Again, streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Shout out to Kay Walton here saying, finally, some movement on Blue Beetle. I was worried it was not going to happen. Do you think this will be in theaters or on HBO Max? Kay Walton, great question. Let's talk about this. So Blue Beetle was announced a little bit ago, but DC's announced so much shit that this kind of got lost in the shuffle. I had thought that there was going to be a Booster Gold Blue Beetle show. And then the movie was announced. And then on top of that, 5,000 other movies were announced, and then they were canceled. But now this feels more real because Blue Beetle finally got a director, Angel Manuel Soto, who is going to be directing this movie for DC. And it is going to be the first Latinx superhero movie for DC, which is really cool. I'm still kind of torn. I have to be honest with you guys on this term Latinx, because I was using Latinx. I've been using Latinx, and some of my Latinx friends have told me that they do not prefer Latinx, that they would rather me say Latino or Latina. But Latinx feels very all-encompassing, so I feel torn because I always try to go with what the community wants, but I know that the LGBTQIA community and Our non-binary friends are the ones who might be more prone to wanting to say Latinx. Video Void TV says it's offensive to us Latinos. So I don't know what to use because I just don't want to offend anybody. I just don't want to offend anybody. So Video Void says, or Latin, our language is gendered, not sexist. So what do I say? It will be the first Latino or Latina movie. Yeah, I don't, every time I say Video Void says Latin, the first Latin movie. Okay. So, but every time I say something different, somebody else has been offended by it. So I don't know, but I can try to do that one. Saps Garcia says Latino here. Latinx is fine. People are going to complain either way. Video Void says Latin superhero. Okay, so maybe that's what I try. It's DC's first Latin superhero movie. Just know that I am subject to change and adapt, and I want to listen, and whatever verbiage is preferred is the verbiage that I want to use by the people who want me to. So that. Curtis Mason says, I found out Kevin Smith did podcasts through watching movie fights. I watch and listen to him every week now. I have his quote, failure is success training, tattooed on my arm to look at every day. Failure is success training. And I love that quote. And I love that you have that on you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Video Void says, I'm male, but I'm an artista, female gendered term for any artist. Saps Garcia says Latin works. Video Void says it's how the language works. Thanks for hearing me out, Rox. Yeah, of course. I don't care. Not I don't care. I don't get a say. So whatever you guys tell me. Bruce Banner says my buddy tells me Latin is okay. Brittany Parker says maybe you could say of Latin descent. Jake says I honestly haven't seen any pushback on Latinx till just now. I'm willing to admit that I might be wrong though. Yeah, I had never heard of pushback on Latinx until Darina told me we don't fucking like that. And I was like, wow, I had no idea. And she was like, yeah, we do not like that. And I was like, who's we? And she was like, I don't know, me and my friends. So that's the first time that I was like, I thought I was doing the right thing, but apparently I was doing the wrong thing. Like that. Okay, so Latin. So the first Latin superhero for DC is going to be Blue Beetle. And the bigger announcement, not the bigger announcement, but the big part of this announcement, because we already knew that movie was coming, was that it has a director, which definitely makes it feel more tangible, more real, more like this might actually happen. Ben Goddard today on SEN put this at a 70% chance of happening. I would say even higher, but I don't know how quickly it will happen. It's definitely strange when we're announcing things during this time of quarantine where everything else has been pushed back and we have so many movies that we're trying to make and get to that it's like, okay, all of those ones are pushed. Now this, who knows? Who knows when we'll see this movie? But things sometimes pop up quickly, like Shazam was like nothing. Okay, now we're in full blown mode. We're getting casting and the director and Shazam, and then it came and then it went. And it was like, oh wow, Shazam was the movie that Johnny called Swerve on forever, and now it actually ended up happening. So Angel Manuel Soto is a director that I know nothing about. He's directed 14 different movies. If you're including his shorts, that's based on his credits on IMDb. He did a movie called Charm City Kings that got a lot of buzz last year. I never saw it because, again, I'm missing tons of the movies from last year. You can catch it on HBO Max. It's about a 14-year-old mouse. 14-year-old mouse. I think Mouse is probably a person's name. Desperately wants to join the Midnight Clique, an infamous group of Baltimore dirt bike riders who rule the summertime streets. I heard really great things about this. I have not seen it, so I cannot speak about it. Yeah, Mouse is a person. I was like, it's about a 14-year-old mouse. Is this Stuart Little? But usually if you go from being an indie director to a director who's going to be working for a comic book movie or big franchise, it means that they have some major faith in you, which is cool to see. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, this is big news. This is big news. The way John Roca put it was like, for DC's faults, they hit Wonder Woman first before Marvel got to Black Widow, and now they're making this superhero movie that is focused on the first Latin superhero movie that we're going to be seeing. So that's badass, or at least standalone one. So that's pretty cool. What is also cool is that the character of Blue Beetle is awesome. I'm excited to be able to see a live action Blue Beetle in a way that we have not so far. This is going to be, I think, like a character that people that is layered and that people think is badass and cool, not just because he's a Latin character, but because of all of the things that he is as a character. Jaime Reyes is the one that's being portrayed here. There have been different Blue Beetles in the past, and I hope that they do a really good job on this one. I hope that he's got a sick ass suit. It looks like it's made for movies. Like they could, with the money behind it that they're going to have, they could do some really, really badass shit. I think that probably the movie will take place. We've had a lot of talk about Texas this week, but it will probably be a Texas type movie. This could lead us to some kind of a Booster Gold team up thing, which would be wild, because I know that on DC Movie News we've been rooting for that and wanting that for a really, really long time. And yeah, I'm hoping to see a full fleshed out character with family and love life and badass suit and awesome powers. And awesome powers sounds like Austin Powers. Does anybody else feel that way? I wonder if they're going to make him a teenager here like he is in the comics. If so, do you guys have any dream casting? Is there anybody you would want to see? Do you want to see him as, what is he in the comics, like 15? Do you want to see him as a high school, teenage, anything like that? Or do you want to see an older version of him? Do you have any, as Kay Walton says, any ideas for lead casting? I don't know that there is somebody who jumps out to me, which is kind of cool. I don't know that many actors in that age group, to be honest. And then I definitely don't know that many Latin actors in that age group. So maybe they just cast the best person for the job, which is how casting should always work. Maybe they do a whole search. Matthew Gold says John Boyega. I don't think that makes sense. You don't think that makes sense? I did see this thing did you guys see that, what's Spider-Man's name? Tom Holland auditioned for Finn. Did you guys see that? And him talking about it and how he blew it because the woman auditioning with him was making like BB-8 noises and he started laughing and was just like not in it. So strange. That would have been such a weird thing if he had been Finn. Totally does not make any sense. Mormoth says, I like the teenage angle, reminds me of Spider-Man. Yeah, totally. But we don't really have that so far in the DC. I guess Flash is kind of young, but not that young. Rob Fishbeck says, no way, that's nuts. I know. It was interesting to hear him talk about it. He was like, I totally fucked it up. And I guess he was on like his 5th round of auditions, which is wild. Jaime is usually depicted as a teenager, so I'd be happy with an unknown since Thunder God Cairo. I agree with that. Mark Jason Ali, a lot of people are saying the guy from Cobra Kai. A lot of people. You're not the first. Manuel says, I must be the only one who hates teenager Spider-Man. I don't think you're the only one, but I do think you are one of the few. Definitely not the only one, but for sure there's not that many. But hey, that's me all the time. Very often I'm the only one or one of a few. So I feel you. Going to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. JB says, why not use Latin or Hispanic? Yeah, D always pushes for Hispanic. But I thought that those two things were different things. JB says, I think I remember Dorina mentioning on Roka's stream that she is not a fan of Latinx. Also, make it easy on yourself. Get bankers boxes from Office Depot. They work the best for moving. What are bankers boxes? Bankers boxes. I don't know what that is. Rob Fishbeck says, sorry, bad joke with the flight money comment. It's totally fine, Rob. I'm sensitive and off today anyway. I think a lot of people are right now. It's a very strange, sensitive time. I don't know what a banker's box is. I don't know. Wish I did. I thought Hispanic was referring to the language while Latin is the region. No, I don't think it's just the language, because if you speak Spanish, you're not necessarily Hispanic, because anybody could speak Spanish and not be Hispanic, right? Or do you mean if you're born speaking Spanish? God, it is confusing and I feel super fucking ignorant. I gotta ask Dee to break this down for me more. Pink Sweet says, I'm 25% Cuban, but I do not claim that. Laugh my ass off. I know nothing about that side of my family. Oh, that's kind of cool though, Pink Sweets. If you're able to learn more, that would be cool to learn more about your Cuban side of your family. And by the way, to me, Cuban men are like the sexiest men on the planet. I love Cuban men. Oh, by the way, did I tell you guys that I have my friend Adrian coming on the show tomorrow? My friend Adrian Fernandez, he is coming on the show, and he is going to be he's going to be talking to us about the Dirt Lot, which has a ton of shit going on right now. But Dirt Lot is his site that he's been working on. It's for all of the dirt bags, which I didn't even know what this meant. So this will be cool for us because we can ask a ton of questions. I'll put it in the Patreon for the $10 up tier to ask questions in advance, but also in the Streamlabs and the Super Chat, you guys can get them in. The dirt bags are like ski bums and the people who like water raft and all of that, make life from those things. Like that's what they do. And that's like how they operate. And so he is starting up, which is what is kind of like I don't want all the negative connotation that comes along with this, but I can't think of another one that's like this, like a Barstool Sports kind of thing, but for the dirt entity. And I'm really excited for him to come on. And honestly, he started the site so quick. He's one of the best writers I've ever heard. His stories are fucking ridiculous. They leave your jaw on the floor. But he is coming on the show to talk about it and also talk about all the things that are happening. Like immediately, he's been picked up in a lot of different places and all of this shit is happening for him. So he's just doing really well. I'm very excited for him to come on the show. I think you guys are going to like him a lot. I met him because, for those of you guys who found me from Sam Roberts or know me from there, I met him because he was working for Sam Roberts at SiriusXM. So a while back. Geek Realm says, I'm Cuban. Cuban men are just to die for. Video Void rocks. I'm 100% Cuban, mama. And I think Jewish girls are super hot. LOL. Jewish girls are cute. They're cute. Jeff Aaron says, I love getting different perspectives. I have a friend from Sao Paulo who is offended when people in the USA call ourselves American. Oh, because we're North American? You mean? If we're here? That's kind of interesting. Roxy said doo-doo. When did I say doo-doo? I'm sure I did. If you say I said it, then I said it, but I don't even remember saying it. Look, we're all losing our shit. Roxy said doo-doo. Unreal. Roxy said doo-doo. That should be the title of the show. Except Ted Cruz, not hot. K. Walton, very, very important exception. Extremely important exception to the rule. Thank you for calling me on my shit. Needed that. Not hot. Not hot. Okay, so Manuel says, you can be Black, Asian, white with blue eyes and still be Latin American or Hispanic. But what is the difference between Latin and Hispanic? That's the question. I completely forgot Ted Cruz was Cuban. I take back my whole speech. 90% of Cuban men are so hot. And then there's Ted Cruz. Yeah. Because yikes. All right, so let me know if you guys have any other thoughts about Blue Beetle, who you would want to see, what you want to see. Is there any part of the movie that you're specifically looking forward to? Are you excited about this director announcement? I think that we probably aren't going to be seeing this movie realistically for another 3 years. So we got time to talk about it, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times before, and I'll be wrong many times again, because that's who I am. Tiger Woods hospitalized after a car accident. I learned about this on SEN. I was shocked to hear about it then, and I was shocked that I hadn't heard about it. I think it's because hopefully this car accident is not as bad as it could have been. It sounds like it was bad and that he is injured and that he needs surgery in his legs and that the jaws of life had to get him out of the car. But it sounded like, based on the reports that I'm reading, is that he has non-life-threatening injuries. So thank fucking God for that. It was really weird because when they said it on SEN, I started to have flashbacks of the Kobe situation. Even though Kobe was a plane crash, I think that of my lifetime, Kobe and Tiger Woods are two of the biggest athletes, two of the biggest top 10 athletes of my lifetime. And so hearing about the accident, I was just like, after Kobe, none of them feel invincible anymore. They all felt untouchable before, and now it doesn't feel that way. And so when I heard that, I was like, holy shit. I know a lot of people are jumping to conclusions here about why he crashed his car. I would encourage all of us to be patient and realize that we do not know what happened. Let's not think the worst of anybody. Let's not think the best of it. It's okay to think the best of people, but let's just not think anything because we don't fucking know what happened. So let's just stay on the train where we don't know what happened, and we're just hoping for a speedy, positive, quick recovery for this man who's really fucking gone through the ringer in a lot of ways and put some people through the ringer, but has also gone through the ringer. I guess his spokesperson on LA's CBS affiliate just now said that it's non-life-threatening injuries, which, again, that's very good. Twitter was all over this with prayers, and it was a single car accident, so I don't mean to use the word luckily here, like it was lucky that it happened, but luckily nobody else was injured. And this happened this morning. We know that he suffered multiple leg injuries and that he's currently in surgery. I don't know what multiple leg injuries means or what that looks like. It happened at about 7:12 a.m. The driver and sole occupant was identified as PGA golfer Tiger Woods, so he was the only one in the car. And we know that they needed to rip it open to get him out. So we'll keep talking about this here on the show, obviously, every day as we get more information. Hopefully by tonight, we'll know how the surgeries went. And hopefully he gets back to healthy really, really soon. So I think that we can all agree on that and just stay positive. I've hated this, for people for a really long time when they have a past and then something comes up in the future and you just don't immediately want to jump to the conclusion that they did something. So just be patient and realize this is a man's life. And yeah, I hope he's okay. And he does seem to be. So that's very, very good. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Going to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, right here in the super chat as well. In the Streamlabs, Apollo3JP says, yo, happy motherfucking Tuesday. All I got today, crazy busy with work right now. I feel that, Apollo. My phone is blowing up right now as I'm just thinking about how the fuck do I get this all done? Jake Yakavetta in the Streamlabs says, as Video Void TV pointed out, Latin is the heritage and Hispanic does mean from a Spanish-speaking country. Like people from Brazil are Latin by ethnicity, but not Hispanic because they speak Portuguese. Okay, but not anybody who speaks Spanish is Hispanic, right? You would need to be from a Spanish-speaking country. Is anybody from a Spanish-speaking country Hispanic? I don't know. See, my ignorance is showing, and it's not cute. Ignorance. It's showing. I don't like it when it shows. I want to fix it. I want to learn. I want to educate myself. Help me, my Latin friends or my Hispanic friends. Iron Boy Wonder says, I'm from Puerto Rico. That's cool. I want to go to Puerto Rico. I've never been. Warm Moth Haunt says, that does sound right. Guys, what? Everybody stop the presses. Halt the show. Pause. Rewind. Gather your thoughts. Rein it in. My dear friend Billy Business in the house. Billy Business, what? You've been off social media. You've been gone. But you here, live with the Roxy. He says, Roxy, will Friday's episode be an all Floribama Shore after show? This isn't a request so much as I'm calling it a favor for you to do this. It's a great question. The new season's starting up. I got to do my part and watch it. Here's the thing. I am so upset because Kaiser works on this show. If you don't know him, Billy, he's like in our space. Whatever. His name is John Kaiser. And he works on the show. And I want to talk to him about it all the time because I want all the dirt. I have to know everything. And he just like won't give me anything. And I keep trying to get him on here to talk to me about it. And he gives me nothing. Nothing. So, yeah, I got to watch it. I did watch, and I know this doesn't help you, Billy, but I did watch Bachelor last night. Yo, this season, woof, woof, woof. I don't know what to do because remember they taped this months ago, and the front runner for the show is this girl who now some racist shit's come out about her, and she's apologized, but people think she maybe wins the show. But then we just heard that The Bachelor in Real Time Now came out and said that he's heartbroken over what he's hearing. So I'm like, is this really going down? Like, who's with who and what's happening? And I can't keep up. Billy says I'm really intrigued by a new roommate, Gus's hair. Oh, man. It's weird when they start. This is a weird comment, but like, it's next era when Jersey Shore, like Snooki and JWoww and everybody started having kids. Just so different. Now, just different. Floribama Shore is never going to be the same. People popping out babies. They're growing up. They're drinking less or maybe more. They're gelling their hair higher. They're falling in love in a hopeless place. Send bunnies if you watch Floribama Shore. If I get 10 people. Yeah, Billy says now Nilsa is preggers. I know. I see her TikToks every day, Billy. We get 10 people who watch, then I'll officially talk about it. Send bunnies to all my Floribama Shores. Steven Sommer says, Roxy, are you excited for the Superman and Lois show today? Yeah, I know that starts tonight. Wow, sometimes I don't know if I'm in an earthquake or whether I'm shaky. And that's the real problem. I think it's just shaky right now. I am going to watch the show. I don't know whether I'm going to watch it until after I move or not, but I am going to watch. How I'm going to feel about it, I don't know. I was more excited based on the little teaser that we saw, so at least that was the first thing that we saw that got me excited. I don't know if the show's going to be any good, but I also don't know that it's not going to be, so it's not fair. I'm just feeling fatigue, so I better just strap on and watch. That's what she said. Why would she say that? Paul3JP in the Streamlabs says, as someone who is 100% Colombian, I can speak for all of us when I say Latinx is fucking lame. I said what I said. I'm telling you, Apollo, all of my Latin friends say that Latinx is fucking lame. So, I don't know. It's like the last thing I want to do is have like a bunch of white people say what Latin people should be called, which is maybe what feels like kind of happened here. And I don't know. I do not know. It's felt more gender neutral, but I guess Latin's as gender neutral as Latinx. Latinx was supposed to be more inclusive, I guess. I don't know. Ignorance is showing again. It's not cute, Rocks. I got to ask Leanne what she thinks, my sister-in-law. I haven't even asked her about it yet. She's like the least finicky ever, so not that you have to be finicky, but I think she probably doesn't give a fuck. All right, we are getting out of here very soon. So getting any last minute questions, comments, concerns. Shout out to Billy Business for being here, man. I'm just excited I was going to say see his face. That's not even what's happening. Brittany Parker said, Roxy just asked my sister-in-law who's Costa Rican and she's not offended by it. Just don't know. I don't know. Israel K says, I'd like to hear from a non-binary Latin person about whether Latinx or what is correct for them. Yeah, I would like that too. I would like that as well. That would be cool. Because I just don't. Yeah, I just truthfully just don't know. All right. That's all for now, folks. Was it cool to say it that way? My tune time? Teen tunes? The fuck is she even trying to say? We talked a little bit about Bachelor. We talked about Tiger Woods. We talked about Blue Beetle. We mentioned Ahmaud Arbery's passing in the 1 year from his murder. We talked about you guys. We talked about me, guys. And now we're getting the fuck out of here. So leave questions, comments, concerns, or anything after the fact if you're watching this. Leave a comment, thumbs up, all that stuff. 5-star if you're on Apple Podcasts. We haven't got an Apple Podcast review in a minute. Leave those reviews and I will read them out loud later this week. Wish me luck this week with what the fuck's going to happen. Jeff Aaron says, buy some boxes and good luck on the move. I really appreciate that, Jeff. That's exactly what I'm going to do with that money because you're awesome. Got to get that tape stuff too. Got to get that tape. Got to get that boom, boom. She's losing it. She's totally lost it. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Austin just showed that support. Thanks, Austin. You rock. Leonard Kim says, hey, Dimple Tits, Roxy, I wish I could help to lower your stress and anxiety after last week's episode and all the recent controversy. I'm at a point where I hope Matt picks no one, rolling on the floor laughing. However, I have a feeling he picks Rachel. The hair looks gorgeous. Thanks, my friend. I don't know if he picks Rachel. I just don't know. I don't know. Ugh. All right, much love, my friends. Put down the toilet seat and the lid. Make sure you make your bed. Do not trend with the Holocaust. Try to push through that anxiety and that overwhelming feeling by reminding yourself that there's just bigger shit going on out there. Perspective is key, my friends. Perspective is key. I love you guys lots. I'm rooting for you. I will be here tomorrow live with Roxy and then tomorrow night for World Girls. Until then,